Concordia at Snider. Kind of an interesting matchup because I think Concordia is ahead of where we thought they would be at this point in the season. They had to replace a ton of 18, 19 starters off last year's team, and they've played really well, starting off with that Week 1 win against Northside at Chambers Field. Penn is obviously looking to make a statement after last week's loss, I should say, Saturday against Penn. Going into this one, how do you see this playing out?
Snider is going to be, obviously ready to put that game behind them in Penn. It's a real barometer game for them, and they found a lot about themselves on Saturday night. The best thing is they don't have to run against Penn in the postseason. They don't have to worry about it. So last Saturday affected nothing in the SAC for Snider. It affected nothing in 5A for Snider. It was just purely a learning experience for the Panthers, and I think they start cleaning up the things they need to clean up starting Friday night against Concordia.
Now, this is a game last year. It was a 14-13 Snider win. Of course, Concordia had David Morrison, a number of great, fantastic seniors on last year's roster. But do the Concordia Cadets have a little bit more confidence going into this season, maybe than they even did last year, because they know what this team is about? They know that they can play with Snider. They know that they can be in there at the end with the Panthers.
Yeah, for sure. And you played teams, like you mentioned, they beat Northside, which is a big boost to start the year as well. So the big thing for Concordia is Peterson Curlegrand, a running back. And I just like to say his name a lot of times. It's Peterson Curlegrand. It's pretty awesome.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome. So, he's huge at running back. Daniel Sparks is big. He's stepped up admirably this year and play. Everybody, we wanted to make a big deal about David Morrison. And while it was a big loss for Concordia, I thought Daniel Sparks thus far this year has really stepped in pretty well.
And Peter Morrison, C.J. Morris has been out with, I believe it was a hernia. He's kind of a week-to-week decision, dynamic receiver in that offense. Peter Morrison has made the transition from backup quarterback to receiver. It was really good this past week against Southside. Had a big catch on a 4th and 7 at the 47-yard line, or 4th and 9, on the 47-yard line, and had a big touchdown catch. I mean, this is a team that just gets it done, I think, on Friday nights. It doesn't really matter who's the star, whether it's Peterson Curlegrand or whether it's one of the Sparks. I mean, they're getting it done on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's just as blue collar of a team as you get in the SAC, man. They just get it done, and they're not a highly touted team, but they come out and they play every week, and they're going to give Snider everything they got on Friday night, just like they have the first 4 weeks of the season.
And I'm sure one of Snider's focuses will be not turning the ball over specifically early, something they did against Penn, and really they had to play from behind. And that's something you don't want to do against a team like Penn.
Yeah, Isaac Stiebling had a big learning curve on Saturday. It was his first game, really a premier game for Isaac Stiebling to really be the man with Colton Painter out. And that's a thing where young kids are just going to be thrown into the fire, and you got to learn as you go. And that was definitely a learning experience for him on Saturday.
Definitely could be a positive when the playoffs come, though.
No doubt. Yeah.
Getting against that type of competition and understanding what you have to do to be successful there.